allocations. Now, the narrative thereafter, following this table of chairperson, is that we see that there are slight changes only in 4 areas, like maths, science, and technology, education, infrastructure grant, HIV and AIDS, as well as learners with profound intellectual disability grant. Now, therefore, the following grants did not have any changes during 2023-2024 financial year and the 2024-2025 financial years, respectively. MST, HIV and AIDS, and LSPID. The budget for EIG, Education First Grant, NSNP, ECD have been revised upwards, which is good news to improving service delivery around these areas. New allocations have been received for both EPWP grant. Now, the summary of the allocations per program, the figures are reflected there, or chairperson. Therefore, the 2023-2024 budget allocation increases slightly. Of course, in 2023-2024, we have 41.128250 billion budget allocation as the province. Now, the 2023-2024 budget allocation increases slightly by 3.3%, as I have indicated inter alia. And this is really a good and progressive move to the department. Now, the reduction is allocated under independent schools for 2023-2024 due to fiscal constraints. However, the growth in allocation over the outer years caters for inflationary adjustment and the entire funding, which goes towards subsidized or subsidies to registered schools. So we are so much happy as the province that we are able to really adequately fund public schooling, because the issue of independent schooling, yes, is important, but less than the public schooling. Now, reduced allocations in 2023-2024 under infrastructure development is attributed to high baseline in 2023-2024, whilst remained constant in the outer years. The decline is caused by decline in infrastructure grant allocation. Now, that is so far the issue of a budget in the province. Now, the quality of teaching and learning. Now, I think I've indicated, in my introduction, the issue of the performance of the province in the NSC outcomes. And I don't want to bore you again with this, because suffice just to say that now we are at 77.3% pass rate as the province, with 94,597 learners in grade 12 class. Now, this is the highest number ever in our NSC enrollment in the province. Now, and also, when we look at these results, we are convinced as the province that the schooling system in the province is moving the right direction, with the upward trajectory in the performance of grade 12 class. Now, the next slide, of course, is a slide showing all the provinces, which I think that one shows the national perspective. And also, the next slide shows the NSC passes by type of qualification. So that one again shows the national perspective. And also the following slide also does the same thing. But what is very important, in the whole of our performance in the province is to look at the performance of bachelor achievements according to fee status, which to me is also very important. We have actually shown where our province stands in terms of the performance in bachelor achievements. So there we have shown the bachelor achievements in the fee-paying schools, in the independent schools, in no fee-paying schools. So that is the situation. Now, again, the performance that is relating to distinctions and or according to our fee status. similar to the previous slide, but this one is showing distinctions that as the province, we are really showing a progressive move in terms of achieving distinctions in our grade 12 class. Now, the next slide again is a slide which also talks to the performance of learners in terms of throughput rate according to fee status as well. Now, given the performance of our learners in the province, in the whole schooling system, of course, from grade 1 to grade 12, now we have identified that we still have a room for improvement. And therefore, these blend interventions, they talk directly to the deeper analysis of our performance in the schooling system. Now, at district level, we have identified these challenges which are shown there: inadequate school monitoring and support, content knowledge capacity necessary to support schools to be improved among educators, school management level, limited cohort visionary and strategy, poor time management, school days and time spent. So all these challenges, they are per levels: district level, school management level, classroom level, and learner level. And therefore, our improvement strategy talks to these identified challenges. Now, our focus, therefore, as the province still remains, on three critical areas that define schooling. The school itself. Now we are ensuring that all our plans around schooling, they create a conducive learning environment and teaching. Number two, our focus in our planning as the province looks at the subject. Inter alia, we have indicated that there is a challenge, around the content knowledge of teachers. Now, what we are doing is that we are doing all our best as the province to ensure that we really curb this so that our learners are capacitated enough to deliver quality teaching to our learners. And then number three, given all the learner challenges, which I have indicated, in the previous slide. Now, our focus, therefore, is to ensure that all our strategies revolving around learners. They want to make sure that we create an environment as the province to ensure that learners learn every day meaningfully for comprehension and also for improvement in the metric results or in the examinations, if I refer also to other classes. Now, which means our system-wide focus, therefore, is on ECD, which we believe that if we lay a solid foundation as the province, we shall forever have good results. And also number two, GET and FET. This slide defines the fact that as the province, we are looking at the system-wide performance, not only to grade 12, but at the system-wide performance. Therefore, all our plans and strategies around these three big areas in basic schooling system, they talk to our strategy as the province. Now, if you look at the next slide, or Chairperson, the 2023 NS Improvement Strategy Outlook. Now, here, again, it tells you that our support to schools is underpinned by policy imperatives and also by our analysis of the grade 12 results. Now, if you look at quintiles 1 to 3, which we sometimes call it a differentiated way of supporting schools. Now, target beneficiaries, quintiles 1 to 3 schools, schools under 75% pass rate, and section 58B schools, progress learners, learners at risk, and special schools. Now, these are the pillars of our plan to support schools. Quality of teaching and learning, we look at that. We look at provision of critical resources like LTSM, HR, infrastructure, and others, those which support schooling. And then educator development, basic school functionality, leadership, management, governance, and relationships, and stakeholder participation and management for effective schooling. Now, approaches and phases. As the province, from January to March, our focus has been on the first push that is underpinned by these pillars. I know the Honorable MEC is actually leading these approaches and phases, and so to all districts. He visits all districts to ensure that, we inculcate into the minds of our principals and also of our teachers the urgency of providing effective teaching and learning to learners, for improved their performance and also generally for comprehension. Now, 2023 learner distribution per subject. This is actually a slide which shows the learner distribution per subject in the districts of the Eastern Cape province, and I don't want to bore you too much about that. Now, we're only indicating this slide to indicate that this is the status quo in the province. Now, the next slide indicates the differentiated school support by the department. Now, we have analyzed our grade 12 results and categorized our schools into three levels. I'm sorry. We have level 1, that is the schools that perform between 90 and 100%. Now we're saying to these ones, these are self-managing schools, and therefore our support to schools is practiced by us. That's far and not more. We are not very much focusing on them because the strategies that we have employed as the province are now institutionalized in those schools. Now we have level 2, schools that perform between 75 and 90%. Now the support here is more than the support we give to the previous cohort, because these ones, they need to be pushed to reach that level 1. And now level 3, those that perform below 75%. Now these ones, we focus too much attention on them because they are the schools to us which are at risk. And those learners in those schools, the philosophy of the MEC is that there is no child who is destined to fail. And therefore, that's why we are doubling our efforts in supporting those schools so that they themselves are pushed to the upper levels. Now, we are showing in the next slide our differentiated learner support to progress the learners, to the high achievers, and to the learners with special needs. And we are actually showing them what the province is doing per the category of those learners, yes. Now the next slide, Honorable Chairperson, indicates the annual performance plan program targets 2023-2024. Now, starting from program 1, this is the policy imperative and policy narrative in the program 1 administration. Therefore, again, I don't want to bore you much about this other than to simply go straight to the next slide, which shows program 1 targets, which are also indicated as well in 2019, 2020, our audited performance up to 2021, 2022 per standardized output program. Now, in 2023, 2023, estimated performance 2022-2023, because of course they are not yet audited, are indicated there. Now, again, on the non-standardized items, again, we have indicated them there, the outcomes, output indicator, and also the audit performance, as well as the estimated performance in 2022-2023. Now, if you look at this table, we are again on the upward trajectory as the province in terms of performance. Therefore, the program priorities, which is a narrative on program 1, the budget will be utilized for procurement and installation of server activity, tracking software to improve data security. Now, secondly, training on the fundamentals of district performance will be conducted to empower district officials on self-assessment process, analysis of qualitative data emanating from the self-assessment, and to develop a district development plan. Now, the third one, which is the last one. This will be done for the purpose of improving district functionality. Monitoring of schools will be strengthened to improve functionality, to improve governance. SGBs will also be trained. Schools will be resourced as per the required norms and standards, as I have indicated inter alia. So this is the program one priorities. And the next slide, maybe on this slide, what is overarching here is our focused attention to district functionality, because our belief as the province is that if our districts are not functional, effective schooling is impossible, you know, with all the governance structures, management structures in the schooling sector or in the schooling phase. Now, therefore, out of this, we have planned activities which are outlined here in 2023, or for 2023 rather. Review of the organization structure by 31st March 2024, completion of capped leaves, etc., etc. Now, therefore, the review of the organization structure is important in the sense that we always believe that the organization structure is not a static thing, it is dynamic, also informed by the performance trends of the province. Now, the Presidential Youth Employment Initiative, Phase 4, translation of website into 4 languages, Xhosa, Sotho, Afrikaans, and English. Now, as the province, we always prioritize the issue of mother tongue-based bilingual education because we feel that it is the route to go by. Employee verification in special schools, audit of full service schools, migration of the central records management system to new premises, and finalization of digitization of HR records. The project which we also pride ourselves with because of its accurate record keeping and e-administration. Now, rollout of ICT comprehensive support system services in 2,000 rural schools. Again here, you know, in our teaching and learning strategy, the issue of e-learning is paramount in our activities, and therefore, this is one of the priorities of the department to really connect or provide or roll out the ICT to these schools. Implementation of the digital transformation strategy, as well as the improvement of internal control environment and audit outcomes. Now, coming to program 2, again, the slide following there on program 2, those are policy directives about program 2. And then the second slide shows, or the next slide rather, shows the outcome, the output indicator, you know, per the financial years. Now, quickly, if I jump to the good governance for quality basic education. Now, the standardized output indicator there, 202, number of learners into free public school, ordinary schools. Now, that number there indicates that we are really focusing on this outcome, just like we did last year. Now, again, on the issue of good governance for quality basic education with outcome on Funza Lushaka graduates. Again, there we are indicating, you know, our intention of continuing with this program, which assists our schools greatly. Then, therefore, is on the issue of the